agencies, we're not now going to ask them if they're interested. That's part of what it took so long to get to the point where we could tell the club en masse about this project. They're already on board, and they've been very, very helpful. Now, let's say we needed something we could hang our sign on. Where do we do that? Well, there are actually a lot of ways. I heard from the city that the police and fire departments are a little bit frustrated because they get calls that say, well, I'm on the Canyon Rim Trail. So, well, that helped. Where? Well, I'm by this. It would be very easy to put together a marker system to say, okay, here's ground zero, let's say that's the bridge, and every mile, quarter mile, half mile, whatever it is going out. And it strikes me that those markers could as easily be in the shape of a rotary wheel as anything else. It would be very easy and reasonable to be able to put lookouts or signs talking about either plants and animals or wildlife or the wetlands or the college along there as well. You can put, if you get this all the way out to the end, you can put viewpoints out there. So there are a lot of places that the rotary sign can be put up so we can take ownership of this. The one I didn't put on there is where do you put in work as opposed to money? There are actually cleanup projects along the trail, beautification projects along the trail that are going to require kind of what we do at the fitness trail. You know, it's not heavy construction work, but it needs bodies to get out and do it. And there are possibilities for us to do that. So this has, in my mind at least, a very good combination of, okay, let's work to raise money, with Death by Chocolate or whatever else is next, so we can work on the financial end of this, but there's also going to be a chance to work on the end of this where we're actually physically doing some of the labor. Now down the road, what can you do? And this is where this gets exciting to me. I would suspect that as many people use the fitness trail at CSI and with the construction on North College, it would not surprise me if something like an extension to the fitness trail happens. No promises one way or another. But if that happens, and we're already in place there, it makes a great connection for people to get onto the fitness trail at CSI and off. There's a hospital that's supposed to be promoting health that's going in just down the road. If we can commit to that, huh?
It's going to have a walking trail, so that's.
And I'll bet you with a little arm twisting, we can probably do that. We can get St. Luke's involved. You know, Walmart's claiming to be a good community neighbor, whether you like them or not. You know, they're right there as well. I'm not sure that they'd object to chipping in. So we've got some other opportunities for partnerships. And this may help to complete that east-west hookup. And way back in the back of my mind, it'd be really cool if sometime, you know, many years down the road maybe, as you're walking from one end to the other, and you're going by the bridge, maybe someday you'll have the option to walk all the way down to the canyon floor. That'll be the Kent Just Memorial Stairway, I suspect. Now, what are the problems with this? Well, one of the problems is where's the South Trailhead? Because there's going to be construction. The city is already planning on construction around that area, so we don't know which side of the coulee this would start on. We don't know if there's going to be a bridge that needs to be built over the coulee as the new roads come into play. That's all stuff that can be decided. Like I said, the city is involved in this, and Parks and Rec is involved in this. So I can't draw you a picture of exactly where it's going to go. My suspicion is it wouldn't be at the gate where the entrance is right now. It would be a little bit further east than that to stem out and miss the new road construction that comes in as the traffic along North College basically gets rerouted. Will there be an extension of the road going straight north and south, basically right over the top of where we're talking about between Fawn Brook and Lazy J? That's a possibility. You know, it's not really in the cards for any time soon, but that's certainly a possibility. My belief is if we have the walking trail there and we have a positive community impact there, it's going to make it a lot easier for us to go back to the city and say, let's work together to not destroy this, but to move it or reroute it or work with them. And again, this has all been discussed previously with the city. Where do we get the money? I'm out of that discussion for now. I've got a list of 20 or 30 things, probably most of which are unworkable, but that's something that we can also get together as a group and decide. And then, how long is it going to take? Well, from talking to an engineer that Dale was nice enough to get in, we talked about it briefly and said, okay, how long? You got the money, you got the okay, you're breaking ground, how long does this take? And they said this is really a one-season project. So if you break ground, let's say we could break ground on this today, you know, by the time that Canyon Ridge opens for getting classes or for getting kids into class, you probably have the trail system finished, and you can put the finishing touches on it. So it's, after we get there, it's not going to take a lot of time in construction. This is just a map from one of the proposals that they're talking about. Here's North College. Here's where the trail system was set up. This is the parking lot for the Expo Center. Most likely, this is going here instead, and likely would stay just on the east side of the coulee as it goes up. That's our best guess at this point. But that's kind of where the entrance to the project would be. Well, that's the end of the proposed project. But you know what? If you go immediately north of that, follow the trail a little ways, there's also a spot where with very little effort, where the white rectangle is, and where the pink line is going south from there, where you could put on a very small trail extension and make a second north-south hookup. It would be less work and less cost. Only makes sense after you've done the first one. But all of a sudden you wouldn't have to go all the way out and around. Like I said, there are possibilities for this to go further down the road. This part would not be anything that we're taking on as a project right now, but it does kind of get intriguing when you start thinking about everything else you can do. That's the same parking spot. So when we're out there walking around and driving around, this is kind of the dream that we had. I think it's a good project. The committee thinks it's a good project and it would benefit the town. It's a big project. We weren't asked to do the next thing. We were asked to come up with the next big thing. And so it's going to require buy-in and effort from not 5 people or 10 people or just the board. It's going to require buy-in from all of us and then some. But so far, the and then some has really been very good. So a big thank you to all the folks who are on my committee, to Jerry Beck and CSI and Courtesy and the CSI Foundation, Twin Falls Parks and Rec, Dave Johnson from the City Council, Dennis Boyer and Mitch Humble. Like I said, they've all been part of the discussion. And I think without, all it took was one of those groups saying, nope, can't do it, don't want to do it, and we're back to square one. We never, ever got anything but in. Thanks very much for your time.
Thank you very much, Chris, and your committee for all the work you did on this. They were given just general directions. Go find it, and they've worked very hard to put it together. I will amend what he said. If you think it's a great idea, talk to me. If you've got problems, talk to Jim. I think